Welcome everyone to a brand new video. It's me, your host Dark, and today we're back again reacting to a video by Dory Story. So this video, I'm gonna try to pronounce it correctly the first time. It has a very long title, is Every morning I wake up with scars on my body, but my parents still don't believe they are real. So I'm really curious to see why his parents don't believe that his scars are real or whatever. Before I start watching, make sure you leave a like right now. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications. And go check out Dory's Story down below in the description. They have a bunch of cool stories just like this one and just like the other ones I've reacted to. Now let's get straight into it.
My name is Ryan.
What up, Ryan?
I'm 18.
Okay.
And recently, strange things began happening in my room.
Why do I have a feeling these strange things have something to do with his scars? Am I just such a genius? Maybe.
At first, these were just sounds. But
Ghosts?
then it started shaking in my mattress.
It's a rat. It's gonna be a rat. It's always rats.
My parents didn't believe me, but when they looked inside, they found it. Want to find out what almost took my life away? Since my
Alright.
childhood, I loved horror and stories about the paranormal.
I can relate to this. Okay.
I remember seeing it for the first time when I was 5. In secret from my parents, I read Stephen King and was obsessed with the series Supernatural. I
Okay.
always believed the otherworldly exists, but I didn't think it was so close.
Once again, guys, I'm just gonna phrase it again. I think it's gonna be a rat or maybe a stray kitten or something like that.
Near my home, there's an old abandoned psychiatric hospital.
What?
To be honest, when I pass it, I hear the cries of the former patients of the electric shocker.
I don't know
There
if I
are
believe
bad
this.
rumors about this place. My best friend Andrew constantly makes jokes about me. He believes that all these mystical things are made up and are horror stories for tweens.
I
That
think
I was
he's
too
right.
obsessed with the paranormal, and it'd be better if I were to just chill out.
So what was he actually hearing? Was he just making up sounds in his mind?
But soon, Andrew too had to overcome a shock.
What?
One day, we were walking past the old insane asylum, and suddenly, Andrew ran inside.
Big
I asked
mistake.
him to come back,
Dumb.
but he didn't
Stupid.
listen to me.
Idiot.
A few minutes later, he came out with some kind of box and threw it at me. I dodged it, and the box broke into pieces.
What?
It was full of old pictures of some women. I thought I heard a woman's moaning and wheezing. I ran home, but it was all just beginning.
What was
At
that?
home, I would hear whispering and rustling. Sometimes it seemed like someone was scraping the windows. My
Okay.
parents didn't believe me. They said I'm making it all up because of my horror movies.
That makes
But I
sense
knew
though.
soon something mystical and scary will appear. And it soon happened. One day, my parents went to my aunt's,
Oh
and I
no.
was left alone
They
for
left
the
him
entire
alone?
weekend. I invited Andrew to watch a movie. We were hanging out upstairs, and I wanted a cola. I went down to the kitchen and froze. Someone
What
other
did he
than
see?
me was definitely there. I turned around and almost fell. The kitchen door was closed. But I swear, I left it open. I got really scared,
Okay,
but
it's
decided
the
not to
wind.
show it in front of Andrew.
Probably
the
the wind.
scariest was still ahead. After the movie, we went to sleep. Me on the bed, him in a sleeping bag on the floor. In the middle of the night, I felt something moving under me.
Okay, let's think. So they went to a abandoned mental asylum. He got a box. So the rat could have been in that box and somehow it ended up in his pocket or something like that. Right? Would that make sense?
I lay and didn't move. I hoped it was just something I thought happened. But then, I felt a light touch on my
Andrew.
legs, arms, and back. I thought
it's a
Andrew was
cat.
joking around and asked him to stop. But it wasn't him. I saw him sleeping, peacefully curled up in his sleeping bag. And
Oh,
then
that's
I fell
terrifying.
into a panic. I turned on the light right away, but no one was in the room. I was shaking from fear. I waited for a monster to jump out from
Why
around
didn't he
the
check
corner.
under his
My
covers?
horror movies became a reality. And later, I became sure of it. The following night, I couldn't fall asleep. Though everything was calm, as soon as I let out my breath, the horror started. I felt movement between my
Check
legs
under
once
your
more. It
covers.
seemed someone was in my bed. I felt the mattress with my hand, and something bit me. I fainted from fear. I don't know how long I was out, but coming back was awful. When I woke up, there was a tiny red dot on my hand.
Let me see. So what could have done that? Maybe it was a snake? It doesn't look like a bite mark. It looks like a sting mark from like a bee or a mosquito or something.
I shook my head to come to my senses. I had the thought that I'd gone crazy from all my horror movies. Andrew is probably right. It's time for me to give up the paranormal. I decided it is
Good
all
idea.
my own nonsense. I just caught the spring. because nothing is in my bed.
You caught the spring, dude? You felt things moving around. I still don't understand why he didn't just get rid of his covers. That's what I would do. Just throw your covers out of there.
Nor the mattress. I kept feeling it with my hand. The next 4 days, everything was normal, and even the noise around the house was absent.
So what's the
But it
noise
ended
then?
Very quickly. I will never forget that morning. I opened my eyes and everything was red. I ran to the mirror.
It's an energy.
I had eyes like that of a vampire, red and scary.
Oh my
then
god.
I began shivering. My head spun from pain.
What's wrong with him? So something bit him, and I'm guessing he has some kind of allergic reaction to it. So what can it be? It could be a cat. It could be a cat. Maybe one of the fangs of a cat bit him, and that's why his scar looks so weird, and he's allergic. Maybe it's not a rat, maybe it's a cat. I'm changing my theory. It's a cat.
I felt very sick. I didn't understand what was going on. Maybe I was turning into the monster that bit me from under the bed. Maybe I'm no longer Ryan.
Allergies.
I'm a monster. But
Allergies.
that's
Don't even
not
worry
all.
about it.
I looked at the wound on my hand, but it was almost healed. Soon there will be no mark left of the bite. Same as me as a human. I looked worse and worse. A few hours
Go to
later,
the
I had a
doctor.
fever. I understood that it was time to tell the truth.
Wait, his parents still
Let
aren't
them
home?
think I was crazy, but I don't want to become a monster. I called my parents at work and said I was bitten by a monster under my bed. I begged them to save me. Then I felt a sharp pain in my lower back, as though something hit me. My parents
Oh.
called 911, and I fainted once more. I awaited
Good
a
job,
new
parents.
reality.
Finally, someone in one of these stories does the right thing and calls 911. Why does this not happen more often? Why?
I opened my eyes. Near the bed stood my parents and Andri. Now they will definitely believe in the monster. Otherwise, how can what happened with me be explained?
So he's at the doctor. So now is the moment he will actually find out what the hell was happening this whole time and if it was actually something paranormal. I'm curious. I'm still sticking with my story. It was a cat and he's allergic to cats. What do you guys think? Before we reveal it, leave your theories down below in the comment section. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe, turn on post notifications, and more importantly, leave a like. We're gonna try to hit 5,000 likes on this video. So make sure you hit that like button right now as if your life
Depends on it.
My eyes were still red and with blood. I waited until my mom and dad would
Okay.
start speaking, but I didn't
What's wrong?
expect such a truth. It ends up there was no monster.
So there was no monster. So it was definitely not something
Paranormal.
Okay, we got that. So is it gonna be a cat?
But someone did live in my mattress. And these were mice.
Sometimes there's something wrong with me. No person should be this intelligent. I'm scared. I'm scared, guys. How am I this smart? I figured this out in the first minute of the freaking story. How? I should start playing the lottery. You know what? Here are the winning lottery numbers. 5783. I don't know how many numbers are in the lottery number, but those are the winning ones somewhere in the world.
But not small and harmless ones. Instead, infected ones.
Oh!
One of them bit
disgusting.
me and brought a disease into my organism.
Wait, a disease? Sounds kind of familiar. Well, they do say bats are just flying rats.
The doctor said I have a hemorrhagic, or simply put, rat fever.
Ew.
All the symptoms are because of it. The scariest thing is that this fever affects the veins.
But wait. What is the whole thing with the mental asylum? What does the abandoned mental asylum have to do with this stuff? Was I even right about that? The rats came from there? They were in the box?
I needed serious treatment and very urgently. The good news was that I now knew I won't become a monster. But how did mice get into my mattress?
Did I get that
Andrew
right?
was shaking and almost started crying. He admitted he just wanted to prank me and threw some mice into my mattress.
What? Andrew. What? Why would you do such a thing? That's such a terrible thing to do to someone, let alone one of your best friends. That's not a funny prank.
The plan was that I would get freaked out by them and blame it on my mysticism. Then I find them and admit I became too paranoid and went too far with my belief of the paranormal. He, of course, didn't know that one of the mice would be a virus carrier.
Andrew, come on.
Andrew was really
If
ashamed.
one of my friends did
and
this,
he
I would
came
beat
to
the
the
crap out
hospital
of him.
every day. Now I already got better and returned home. My parents poisoned the mice. They even called a special service.
Huh.
But the doors to the kitchen, as before, closed by themselves.
Why
During
was
the
that?
night, I hear whispers like before. What do you think it is? Do you believe in the paranormal?
Good question. What do you guys think that was? I'ma stick with my story. It was probably the wind, I guess. But what do you guys think? Leave your theories down below in the comment section. And hey, don't forget to leave a like as well if you haven't already. I guess that's it for today's story. Super cool story, even though it was kind of, I guessed it from the start. But then again, not everyone is as smart as I am, you know. Not everybody can figure out what the plot twist is gonna be at the start of the video, you know. It is what it is. Anyways, that was it for today's video. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see more content on my channel, check out the video on your screen by clicking here or here. And hopefully, I will see every single one of you next time. Dark, signing out.